For the top vehicle to own, I would have to say the Buzzard would be my favorite to get around in. It's got really good acceleration, it's got rockets, it's got unlimited rockets, unlike the Oppressor or the Oppressor Mark II. Pretty good top speed. If you can get the Buzzard for free, it's a good way to save money in terms of not spending money on ammo, not spending money on rockets, not spending money on like an Oppressor Mark II or a different helicopter. But there's also other good options you can choose for helicopters or for vehicles. This is just one that I would say if you're getting started out, you don't have a lot of money to choose different vehicles or items or anything like that, I would buy a Buzzard. And I'm not really a big PvP player anymore. I used to play a lot of PvP and use my jets, fight other players and stuff, but now I'm mostly just into getting money on here, collecting cars, customizing cars, things of that nature. In terms of firepower, durability, top speed, I would say the Savage is probably the best helicopter in the game. You can dodge homing missiles if you're coming at somebody head on. It's got a monstrous cannon on it. It's got basically rapid fire missiles on it. It's got a fast top speed. It looks cool. Probably my favorite helicopter on this game. If you can't get the Buzzard for free, I would spend a little bit of extra money and get the Savage instead, honestly. If I'm using the Savage, it's a Pegasus vehicle. But if I'm using the Buzzard, I can call the Buzzard up from the CEO menu. Basically have it spawn in anywhere real close to me. You know, I could be somewhere and not have my car nearby, or I want to switch vehicles and I can call up this, hop in the Buzzard, make a clean getaway. So they all have their benefits and downsides. Buzzard's a little bit more convenient. Savage is definitely a better helicopter in my opinion, and the Savage can take 2 rockets now, as opposed to the Buzzard taking 1 rocket, which is kind of a big deal when people are so hostile in this game. See that my Buzzard, I just shot my own Savage and it's still good. It takes 2. It takes 2 to destroy. So yeah, Savage is definitely one of the top vehicles in this whole game in terms of aircraft, in terms of helicopters specifically. Now this vehicle right here, if you've ever been attacked by this vehicle, then you know this is probably the best for getting around the map aside from the Buzzard. It's essentially a flying motorcycle. It's got 30 rockets on it, so it does run out of rockets. It only takes 1 rocket to blow up, just like the Buzzard does. It's pretty fun to drive. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most fun vehicle in the game to drive, but I'd say it probably is a must-have vehicle at some point, once you can afford it if you can't already. Or if you like it more than the Buzzard, or if you like it more than the Savage or anything else, then yeah, definitely get this vehicle. I like the Oppressor Mark I more for stunts, but for getting around, for traveling and stuff like that, this is definitely a must-have. That's why I put this, the Savage, and the Buzzard all in a 3-way tie for 5th place in the most must-have items on GTA Online. One of the best purchases to make on this game is to get the Nightclub. The Nightclub is easily the easiest passive income on the whole game. You literally build up value on your Nightclub for how much it's worth to turn around and sell goods from without doing anything. You don't have to buy supplies, you don't have to do anything. Time has to pass. It takes a lot of time for the Nightclub value to build up, but it's free money essentially. So the more time that passes in the game, the more that the value of your nightclub's going to increase, and then you can turn around and sell it. There's a couple upgrades that you're going to want to get for your nightclub in order to maximize your profits. You're definitely going to want the equipment upgrade. This is the only one that you really need. The equipment upgrade is the only one that's going to increase accruing goods faster. That means your value of your nightclub is going to increase. That's what you want. Don't worry about the nightclub popularity. Don't worry about that wall safe. That wall safe can only make you like $10,000 every 48 minutes or something like that, which is chump change compared to what you can make doing other things on here. That wall safe money is nothing compared to the goods value. Once your goods add up over time in the basement, then you can turn around and sell them. And then Tony, the guy who's like the club owner who helps you manage the club, takes a small percentage, I believe it's like a 10% cut off the top, up until the point that you get, I think, worth like $900,000 for your club. But yeah, the nightclub is definitely the easiest passive income. It's not the fastest. This one's definitely a must-have, the motorcycle club. You're definitely going to want to get this at some point. You can get a motorcycle club or an office in order to be able to get the bunker. You're going to need to have the motorcycle club or the office in order to get the bunker, or you're going to have to keep $1 million in your account at all times in order to be a VIP. But this allows you to be a motorcycle club president. The office allows you to be a CEO, which bypasses that $1 million that you have to have at all times to be a VIP. It's better to be motorcycle club president or CEO, because then you can spend your money without having to worry about not being able to do certain features in the game due to money. So I would definitely make the investment in a motorcycle club. There's not any particular upgrades that you need for it either, so it's just a nice purchase. It's a good place to store your motorcycles if you like motorcycles on this game as well. And it also opens up a menu where you can get off your bike and call another bike. You can return vehicles to storage, so you could be driving a car and you want to swap your car. You just hop out, select return vehicle to storage. Then you can automatically select another bike from this menu and get a bike instantly without having to wait on the cooldown for the mechanic, which is also really clutch sometimes. So I would definitely suggest getting the motorcycle club. This is definitely a must-have, and there's many options, but the office is definitely a must-have. You don't want to have $1 million just to be able to be a VIP and to be able to access certain ways of making money, or to be able to use your bunker or other things. You're gonna need to get an office or a motorcycle club. And office, you got a secretary who can bring you any of your vehicles from any of your properties in the game. You can get free snacks. You can get any of your Pegasus vehicles. Order them straight from there. You can get 3 20-car garages. You can choose different locations for your office. It's got some cool views of the city, all that. But it's mostly just the utility of having the office that's the main thing. It's definitely a must-have. I'll show you what one of the 20-car garages looks like. Some more big windows. So you got 20-car slots. You got 3 20-car garages that you can add on to your office, which is really, really clutch. You can put all your favorite cars almost in one single garage, which really comes in handy. So yeah, the office is a must-have. Very much a must-have. The number one purchase in GTA Online is the bunker. You're going to want to get the equipment upgrade and the staff upgrade. You don't need the security upgrade. You can get it if you want it. It's not that much money, but you're rarely going to get your bunker rated, so I wouldn't worry about that. I would suggest highly getting both of these because that's going to maximize your profits. And then when you go to resupply your bunker, you're going to want to just buy the supplies because it saves you a lot of time. You just make money passively while you're doing other things in the game. You come back here, your stock level, your research level, your supplies goes down while your stock level goes up, and depending on what you set with your goals of your bunker, you can set it to do research to unlock certain things, or you can set it to just build up your stock to increase your value so you can turn around and sell it. And then you get even more money than this once you sell it, because you get a bonus for every player that's in the lobby. You get an extra, I believe, 1% for every other player in the lobby. So you can get up to 29% bonus on top of that. Research, if you need to do research to unlock any of these things, you're going to have to do research to get any of these things. There's a lot of cool things you can unlock with the research. They take a long time to do, so unless you really want them, there's nothing that's a must-have in the research. This is kind of cool. Some of the sights for some of the guns are kind of cool. The missiles for the oppressor, that was cool, but with the Mark II, you don't need this anymore. You really don't. This isn't really a PvP game for me in the first place, so I wouldn't even really suggest worrying about that. The hollow sights on some of the Mark II guns are pretty cool, and you do have to have the bunker to get Mark II guns, I believe. So yeah, you can set your staff to do research or manufacturing or both. If you're trying to unlock things, I would set them to do both. If you're trying to just get money, I would set it to manufacturing. Come back and check on it, make sure your supplies are good, and then sell it. I usually wait until it's at a certain point so I can sell it on my own, but once it's maxed out, it goes to 750. And then when you sell it, you make like 1,200 or 1.2 million, something around there. So this is my #1 suggestion to buy on this game.